This is the Escape Podcast for Star Wars The Old Republic. This week, we're going to finish our Malgus deconstruction by running the False Emperor Flashpoint, or, as we call it, the True Emperor Flashpoint. This broadcast astromech, this broadcast astromech is EPC 260. And playing alongside me is Seema. Hi, Seema. How's it going?
I am doing great. I am looking forward to doing some Malgusing. So we're going to do that. We just finished a pretty epic MFN. It was epic because we were able to do the last two bosses and Scum and Villainy, which we've never done before on MFN because, in case you don't know, Scum and Villainy is an operation that has 7 bosses. And over the 2-hour period of MFN, we've just never made it past, pardon me, about the 5th boss. Just time-wise, once we get everybody collected and go there and, Max has to talk a little bit. But
that's the second time tonight I've sort of been, just a little bit put down for all my excellent talking during.
Well, I have to admit, I did it on purpose there.
All right.
Because of.
No, my feelings are already.
I actually love it when you tell the story of the operation. My favorite part.
Why, thank you, Seema. Not Zen.
So anyway, that was fun, and then we went and to Oricon and killed a bunch of turrets and stuff for Conquest and finished up one rampage. So it was a full evening, but we were able to do those 2 final bosses because earlier in the day, another group went in for us and did a surgical strike and killing the first 5 bosses so that we could take the MFN group. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but yeah, so that's what we just finished doing. And we kicked off Conquest, which is on the Republic side for us this week. And yeah, I think we're probably, I don't know, we hit large target on Imp last week. I'm not sure where we're going to end up this week. As usual, we try to decide on Saturday, see how things are going, and then either aim for medium or large based on where we are and what our projected progress is going to be. We have some experts in the guild who kind of help decide that for us. So
yes,
yeah, that's pretty much what my week so far has been. How about you, Max?
Similar things. I am really impressed at the guild's progress in Conquest. We continue to be hitting these large targets even when we go into the week thinking, oh, we're just going to coast a little bit this week and, pick a medium target at most and take a little bit of rest. And then we get to Saturday and we see, oh, we're at 900,000 points and we have 2 more days to go.
Right.
I guess we're going for large target, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We've been, we've had a bunch of people join in the guild lately. We have had a bunch of people that just naturally do all the things, and it's been pretty fun. So that's been fun. MFN was fun tonight. We will talk a little bit about that, and I'm happy to get back in here and be doing a little bit more of finished up this Darth Malgus quest. I think the only other thing I've been doing this week was I was looking through my materials. I have not been crafting lately or doing anything with my charge matter transubstantiators. So I've got a stack of about 100 of them sitting in my legacy storage. I think I've got to get back to crafting and making some credits out of them, or I might make myself some augments finally, which I've only sold.
Yeah, maybe it's
those higher rank augments. I've not made any. So yeah, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time because we have some other fun things coming up where we could use the extra DPS that we'll talk about in the community section as well. But before that, why don't we talk a little bit about what the actual news is for the week?
Now, an Imperial News Network report.
Top news that we have is that game update 5.9.3 has been delayed. They ran into some problems. I think we have a post here which describes the problems in detail. I expected the problems would be, hey, the new Hotball Warzone on Vandrium, whatever it is not ready. But that's not what they're describing. So they said some of the issues they are seeing with the new update include an issue with Conquest scheduling, which will stop it from proceeding as intended. So we have a conquest expert in our guild. His name is B. Kavanaugh. I know I'm jumping ahead with this, but
That's all right.
he does all of our conquest planning and scheduling. He's got this awesome spreadsheet that's available to everyone. You can find, there was a big Reddit post on it that was really popular. But he maps out what all the upcoming conquest objectives are based on what's sort of been uncovered through things like data mining. And he says that he talked about this on the podcast, and he thinks that that's what he talked about is what the devs are fixing. I don't know if that's exactly what this fix is, but if it's not, it's going to need to also fix BCAV's problem, which he and others noticed, which is coming up in November, which is the conquest objectives are going to get out of sync with the in-game events. Meaning,
right,
we're going to have, in November, you start getting weeks like, okay, conquest objective, go kill Xenoanalyst, and then you look and it's not a Gree week, and Gree don't come till the next week. Okay, well, that's wrong. That's broken. That's out of sync. So if that bullet number 1 is not that fix, they're also going to need to fix that fix. And, BioWare, you can call up B. Kavanaugh, and he will explain that to you.
Yes.
Otherwise, it is that fixed, and all credit goes to B. Kavanaugh. So there you go.
Right.
The interface for holo calls is not displaying properly. We certainly need to get that fixed. Did I ever tell you my older daughter, when I was playing, who's in college now, when I was playing Star Wars with her and leveling a character, we would get to the quest givers, and she, and I would click on it, and she would always step out of the circle. She's like, oh, wait, hold on. And she would always step out because she only wanted a holo call in. She only wanted a phone in every time. So good, you're fixing the holo calls. She will be happy about that. And the preview window not activating properly for a variety of item types. I don't know what that is, but they said they will fix that too.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. I assumed it was something that they introduced with the patch.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Which leads to our next.
They commented too that in each of those things there was a workaround, but they didn't. They just would rather not put the bugs in, so they're going to fix that. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't think we're in a huge rush. It's not going to stop them from working on what they need to work on next anyway. Too much I wouldn't expect, so we'll wait a week and get an updated, a better, cleaner build out of it. So good.
And then because of this, the double XP is also getting moved out of a week. So if you took a week off from work or something for double XP, go back to work.
Excellent.
It's going to be the next.
Yeah.
So it's 10/9 to 10/16 now.
I took a week off of work. If you already scheduled that week off of work for that double XP, double CXP week, which we all did, right? Yeah.
Right.
So you go request. You got to shift your vacation schedule there a little bit. In guild news, we just had our September mega event on Friday, which was really cool. So Marcus, one of our officers, organized an event on the Imperial fleet, got a bunch of people together, got our guild set up, and we did pod racing. So basically we had a judge standing at each of the elevators in each of the 4 corners of the Imperial fleet outer ring, and then everyone had to line up and do 3 laps all around the outer ring, down the steps, outer ring, all the way around the fleet, 3 rounds. We tried to sort of announce it as they came by, and it, I don't know, it sort of got a little more exciting than I even expected. It worked really well, and I liked the way the fleet has worked out at that point to do the race. I have done pod racing. I think I even did it with the Passionately Casual Guild once when they had a guild event, and they did it on Ilum, when there was no Gree there, sort of around the outside of Ilum. I liked this way better. It was tighter. It's a little bit short of a race, but you could do multiple races that way. And, and you can see on the map, you can just open the map and see everybody going around. You can call it out as they come by, and it worked really well.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was one of the ones that stood by an elevator for the first few races, and it was fun watching the little dots on the map, and then as it got closer, then you could see them come by you in person. And meanwhile, Max was calling them like like a horse race or a NASCAR race,
And we're
which
coming
was
around the
hilarious,
backside.
of
So looks like
course.
we've got Carrick in lead, and
Yes.
Carrick's in lead, and Carrick's three strides behind. We've got Jackie's coming up on his left flank, and I tried to do a little
Yeah.
bit. I got to work on that. I tried. That was spontaneous. I hadn't planned for that, so I didn't practice up. I'll get it going for next time.
It was good.
Yeah, Fleet Chat. So the chat room's asking how Fleet Chat was like. We didn't have a ton of people, so we only had about a dozen people participating. I think we need to, now that we've got it worked out and we know what we're doing, I think we've got to open it up to a lot more people, and then we'll get like a crowd of 30 people all on their mounts, all ready to go, or fill up a raid group of 24 at a minimum, and race them, and then get everyone's attention on the fleet as you've got a whole group of 20 racing around. I think that'd be really cool. I'll also talk about the next set, since I already took your B. Kavanaugh news that was in Guild News. I will
That's
move
fine.
on. The other thing, we already mentioned this a little bit though too. So why don't you continue
Yeah.
talking about it, because you started talking about it.
Okay, so basically Zen, who's in the chat room right now, one of our guildies, had the idea earlier in the day today that since Scum and Villainy was a conquest target, and if we do Scum and Villainy and MFN, we actually never complete the actual conquest target because we never get the whole thing done. So he said, how about if some people went in there early and got the first few bosses done, and then in MFN we could go in there and finish the rest of it. And then not only would people who've never seen the end of Scum and Villainy be able to see the end, the last few bosses, we would also get the conquest target finish thing. So that idea really caught on, and Dent put a team together. Zen started to, but then we put a team together, and in about we met the hour before MFN started, and we ran the first 5 bosses of Scum and Villainy, which are the bosses we've done regularly whenever we've done Scum and Villainy and MFN. And it was like perfect time. It took us about 45 minutes to do that, and then everyone got a little break, for a little ice water or something before MFN. And so our team, let's see, that we had that ran, yes. So Dent was tanking and Corley was tanking. Healers were Zen and myself. Then for DPS, we had DP Roberts, Nez, Kitty, and Mei Lung. And so we just did a real quick run through. And yeah, thank you to everyone who did that.
Yeah.
You made MFN possible.
Yeah, so those 8 people Seema just named, those were the heroes that got in there an hour early to set things up for the rest of the crew that came in later. So yeah, that was really cool. Scum and Villainy is a long one. It's tough to get through, and especially to try to teach a group that has never done it before how to even do the Styrak fight. It takes 20 minutes just to explain, so you need a little bit of extra time. So that worked out really well.
Yeah, and I mean, stay tuned, because this, we might have a repeat of the same kind of thing, because another thing in MFN we've never really done is I don't think we've ever gotten past Master Blaster in Ravagers.
Right.
Or if we have, it's been a while. So
right.
it's
So
another
there's
candidate.
there's a little bit more.
Not that Ravagers is that long. It's more that Master Blaster is just our Achilles heel.
Yeah, because we only do it like once every 3 months, and then nobody remembers. The people that don't do ops have never seen it then by that point. And that's a crazy fight, especially when we've got 16 people in all the blue circles and you're trying to move everybody around. We end up just wiping a couple times on that and then run out of time in a short night. So if we could get at least maybe just start there, or even get past that, we'll see. We might be able to do that. In community news, I'll take this.
Oh,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
In community news, so a couple of the podcasters out there, Dr. SWTOR and Marcus, our Marcus, who does the Working Class Nerds podcast, decided that they thought it would be fun to connect up and chat with all the other podcasters out there, just podcasters to start, but this could get bigger than that in the future. But what they wanted to do is say, hey, podcasters, we should get together in game and have some fun. So that's what they did. They reached out to all the podcasters. I think we got in touch with basically every current Star Wars, the Old Republic podcast that's out there. Not we, they got in contact with them and have set up for November on the Starforge server. There's going to be a night where all the podcasters are going to do a 16-man Isaacs and Gods from the Machine. Well, I can say Isaacs, but we'll see if we get there. we'll do
right.
Gods from the Machine. We're gonna stream it in a bunch of different ways. I don't know. They've got some crazy plans on how they want to make that happen, but keep an eye out for that. I think it's called Star Wars: The Old Republic Unite, SWTOR Unite. I think they've got a couple tweets out there, and Dr. SWTOR even made a splash screen with all of our podcast logos. It looks like we've got 9 podcasts represented. That should be everybody. Got the council there. We've got a teeny cast. So what we're also seeing, which is pretty fun, is because it's on Starforge, so a lot of these players didn't have characters on Starforge. So some of them are popping over to Starforge. Some of them are popping a character in our guild for at least for the leveling bonus, because they need to get a character ready. But it's fun to see. It was fun to see Chill hanging out a little bit, and a bunch of other
Magic Ace.
Magic Ace from the council. So hopefully we'll get to have more fun with them on some of our mandatory fun nights too.
Also coming up, there's going to be the SWTOR Cantina live stream event, and that's going to be on Thursday, October 11th, which is about 2 weeks out, just to put it in perspective. They say they're going to be giving new storyline details. There's going to have a dev Q&A, giveaways, and more. So this is instead of the New York City Cantina. So don't go to New York for this.
Right.
It's a live stream event.
Well,
so
you
watch
can also go to New York for it, but they won't be there. But you can watch the live stream from New York. In fact, why don't we all do that? We'll all go to New York, and we'll convince some like sports bar to tune all their TVs to the BioWare live stream, which I'm sure they would do for us, and watch it there. That'd actually be pretty fun. Also, shout out to the chat room. Great to see all of you in there. Bunch of the usual suspects and some new faces. We will catch up with all of you after the show. So thanks for coming and hanging out and helping us get things kicked off. And with that, what do I hear? That is the sound that means you have to join up with what's going on. And what we're going to join into right now is, well, right before we go into the True Emperor Flashpoint, we found another bar to hang out in right outside the entrance. So to get into Battle of Ilum or to False Emperor, you need to go into the Ilum base where the quest givers are, and down the elevator, and then downstairs in the Ilum base is the 2 entrances where you go in and you get the quests for Battle of Ilum and False Emperor. But there was also a bar in the back here, and there's a couple NPCs in the bar. So we are now claiming that Agent Sella here is going to be a companion coming in. What patch did you say was coming in, Seema? She was going to be
593. So it's going to be here next week.
See, I'm telling you, you got to put it a little bit further out. We'll be proven wrong too quickly. People will remember. 6.0. She's coming in 6.0, Sella, and she's going to be amazing. You can't believe it. She's stealth. As you saw her standing here, she gets out her little Minority Report screen there. She's an awesome agent. Anyway, so we are going to finish up because we talked all about Malgus last week, I wanted to come in here and do this. Currently, it's the final piece of the Malgus story. I think all of us hope and wish that somehow the Malgus story could be extended somehow, like maybe he wasn't really dead and he was frozen in carbonite and picked up somewhere, and maybe he'll come back someday. But for now, he is dead. So a little bit of lore spoilers here just to catch us up. As we talked about in detail last week, Malgus has a long and storied history. There's books out there. Deceived is the Star Wars: The Old Republic book where you can read that story in detail. But Malgus was there all the way in the beginning and in the lead up, in the 28 years to the lead up of the point in the story where you start your class chapters and you start the Star Wars: The Old Republic game. Malgus was integral to a lot of what's going on. Malgus continues to be key across all of your chapter 1, 2, 3 of all your class stories, and it finishes here on Ilum. So what happens is there's this assault on Ilum, and the Battle of Ilum was directed by Malgus to get these Adegan crystals. Remember, they wanted to capture and
Yeah.
control the Adegan crystals because it was going to be used for a stealth fleet, so that was really important. But about this time, Malgus puts into action his final plans to basically start a renegade empire, and his goal then is to develop his renegade empire and take over the existing empire and destroy the Republic. That was also part of his goals. His drive to do that was based on his disillusionment with Sith leadership, with the way Sith operate, the infighting between Sith Lords and the Dark Council, and the inefficiency of all of that infighting and everyone bumping up against each other in that way and killing each other from time to time, and the internal wars that would go on. And another big part of it, which stemmed from his relationship with his Twi'lek slave girlfriend, was this idea that the Empire would really be stronger if it was more open and accepting of alien races. So he makes that part of his manifesto for his Renegade Empire as well. And for some reason, we're convinced as players. I mean, I could see on the Republic side, you don't want two empires to fight against. It's a little crazy. But on the Imperial side, a lot of people sort of chafed at the idea that Malgus was bad or wrong. I mean, he is.
Right.
He does vacillate between this idea of this inclusive, better world, better empire, and still being a sociopathic Sith Lord, killing people.
Right.
And I mean, here's another big spoiler, so close your ears for 10 seconds if you don't want to hear this part of the story. But his Twi'lek girlfriend, he kills her in the end, just sort of prior to what's going on, prior to the start of the game. He decides that even though she's the most important thing in his life, that's a weakness, and he needs to eliminate that weakness, and he kills her himself personally. In fact, he waits till she comes out of her coma, I believe, and then stabs her with a lightsaber. So he's it's not like a nice guy, but in terms of his vision for the way the Empire should be, none of the Emperor's not a nice guy. The Dark Council's not made up of nice people. Zash was not a nice person. So of the bad, evil people, his vision for what the Empire should be, I think, was something that a lot of us thought, yeah, this guy's got some pretty good ideas.
And also during this time, your average, Empire citizen on the street doesn't even really know that the Emperor is still alive or exists.
Right. And in fact, by this point in the story, most people think that the Emperor is dead because... which class story? Is it the Jedi Knight class story? You go in and basically fight and seemingly kill the Emperor. So the Dark Council's dealing with that. They think the Emperor is dead by this point, because this is at the end of, this is post chapter 3 of all the class stories. They think that's the case. So the chat room is asking me, really, did Malgus have like a really good PowerPoint presentation to present his ideas or something? And that's what won me over. Maybe he did. And
they found your weakness. Wow.
On slide 3, you can see the return on investment would be quite a bit superior. All right, so we're going to go in here. We're going to go into this flashpoint called False Emperor. But as a lot of us are saying, maybe it's not really all that false. Maybe this is, maybe in our minds, it's true. So we've got it on story mode. We're going to go through the trashy parts relatively quick. So the battle for Ilum, the assault was, Malgus's forces were turned back. It was led by another one of the Darths that he was running for. Ooh, light 5 just hit for anyone currently watching this live.
Except for if you were going to wait for double XP.
But he was
Yeah.
just a prelude to Malgus the Betrayer.
Hesker who
I've
lived.
stealth fighter for a test flight.
He's the boy who
Perform the
lived.
Full systems test. We can leave for Malgus's station on your mark.
Be careful on our approach. Stopping Malgus won't be easy, especially because I'm going to be trying to work against it.
Take us in nice and easy. But if Malgus is on to us, get ready for a fight.
I will monitor all enemy transmissions. Now steel yourself. Time we destroy a false emperor.
No, it's not.
He's a true emperor.
So repeat your pro tip there, Seema. About the light 5.
Oh,
and
I
turn
was
in-
just saying, but maybe you don't want to use up your, yeah, if you're holding back your caches from boss fights and stuff because double XP is coming.
Yes.
That includes double CXP.
In
I always use them up ahead of
Couple weeks.
time because I forget about it, but
Yep, the
Couple
10th.
weeks.
Yep, it's coming back on the 10th, in which case you'll be able to get double CXP for opening up those Operation CXP packs, for example.
so wait for light 5, double XP, and then pop a.
Here we go. Now we've got both of our companions and 2 combat support droids. I don't.
This should work out.
Oh, I just tried to leap in. I'm not on my Vanguard. I'm trying to remember which abilities I'm supposed to be using. We don't need to do anything though, really, do we? Wait, these guys are... I'm actually having to shoot them. I mean, not having to, but they're not already dead. Why are they not already dead? So, Malgus, after the Battle of Ilum, Malgus is now on a space station, and we had the coordinates. We backtraced the coordinates of this space station, and this is where he's sort of set up his throne and his base for his new empire. And we're gonna go chase him down and see what's happening. Oh, look at this! He's also I believe he used Starforge technology to create a droid army. And look, here's stuff being constructed. That's fascinating. I am fascinated.
And we're going to kill him with droids.
Yes, our combat support droids are going to kill him in his face. So we'll talk about it when we get to the throne room, but the way we're going to kill him is much less satisfying than the way it used to work at launch. So we'll save that for just So Zen says he's on the old Emperor's space station. Really? Okay. So this is an unknown facility. Zen is the Codex entry master of our guild. He stays up late nightly studying codex entries and poring over them.
I thought he didn't read them himself, and that's why he wanted us to read them to him.
I think that's just an excuse. Oh, kill the medic first, I guess. No, we'll kill him last. Makes it scarier.
I can hear Shay Vizsla complaining that it's too easy.
Too easy. All too easy.
Not even a salad.
What? A salad?
Not even a salad.
Did she say that? I missed that. I gotta hear her say that now.
Well, she's saying challenge, but
It sounds like salad. And now that's all I'm gonna hear from now on. Not even a salad. Ooh, I got a
why am I even looting?
106. Yeah, pass. I'm gonna make you pick that up. Hold on, per. Trandoshan Commando. Do not knock me back. How do you like it? Boom. I like that, guys.
Oh, go loot those ones down there.
You go loot them. It's a trap. This used to be a solid flashpoint. It used to be relatively challenging back in the day. So So here we are, the first boss, the Trandoshan Commander Treg. Treg the Destroyer. I'll kill those hunters back there. Trandoshans. We could use another Trandoshan commander in the game.
I hate killing Trandoshans. I mean, I have a special soft spot in my heart for Trandoshans because my first character was a sage, and I spent many hours leveling
Yeah,
with success.
yeah, and he's a really good character with a really good story.
Yeah,
I think one of the best companion stories in the game.
yeah, and he has something philosophical to say at odd moments. Like when you first get to Coruscant, he says something like, or is it Nar Shaddaa? He says something like, "So many people and yet so few souls," or something like
Yeah,
that.
so little life or something like that. Yeah. As opposed to Mako saying it still stinks. I think that's what she says. Still smells as bad as when I was here last. Oh, medic. Medic! Here, I'll blow up the thing. I just destroyed that medic. Did you see that? I'm awesome. Blizz has a good story.
And stay down.
But the first companion, everybody's first companion has the most complete, most extensive story.
Yes, and that's true. But I also was I realized too, like the sage doesn't even get their second companion until Nar Shaddaa.
Okay.
So that's quite a ways.
Okay, check out this fight. If you haven't done this in a while, you'll remember this. If you have not done this before, there's that. It's the bounty hunter ship, but this ship is shooting you on the platform, and you have to use these turrets to knock it down and knock it out. The coordination of this fight in master mode does take a little bit of planning. I think we're just gonna not.
But I think the 6 of us are not going to have too much trouble.
We could see if we could just use the combat support droids. We could like run story mode operations with 2 people. See, now you can like go up there, and if you use the turrets, you can make the ship go away and make the ship stop shooting you. See how it's shooting the rockets at us right now? But we're not gonna worry about that. Rocket schmocket.
Most impressive.
There we go.
Jindo Cray was among the first to join me. He will become a martyr, and others will flock to continue his fight.
So Jindo Cray was one of Malgus's lieutenants. Sorry, I'm sorry. He shot first. No, I shot first. Yes, everybody's second companion was the ship droid. Says the chat room. This
Or
is true.
first companion.
Or first companion if you...
No, second companion. That's true because you get your first companion.
Yeah, you don't
before your
actually...
ship.
Yeah, you can't... Most times you can't get your ship until you progress in the story, and getting your first companion is part of the story. Knockback. We were commenting earlier about how all Imperial architecture and building codes requires 0 railings. Is that like a weapons console? Is that like a bonus quest? I'm not gonna do it. I think there's bonus quests at the holo projectors, and there's bonus quests for the weapons consoles.
I was going to jump off, but I changed my mind.
We'll do it later. Jump off all the things. I highly recommend it. Not even a salad. All I wanted was
I mean,
some
she
lunch,
wanted a
and what do I
burger.
get? What did I get? Not even a salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this. I remember this being hard. You know, I think it was hard when they first introduced
Well, I mean,
hard
we are
modes.
doing it in solo mode with 6 characters.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying it was supposed to be hard tonight. Like quite the opposite. But I think it's probably not even as hard.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they just punched me real hard.
Yeah, we had to, plan our way
CC
through.
stuff, and I mean, I think if you did it even now with just two people in master mode, I don't think you'd have all that much trouble. But back in the day, it was a
Yeah.
big deal. And I think it was about the time of like Rise of the Hut Cartel when they first added the hard mode flashpoints that we wanted to run them, and it was gear upgrades at the time. So we started that expansion doing a bunch of hard mode flashpoints on a regular basis with our
Yes, we did.
ops team. So we
Because that was part of the gearing up at the time.
yeah, that was interesting. Sort of miss that, as opposed to crates and more crates. So many crates. That progressing through the group content and having to, do the flashpoints and then do the story mode operation and get the gear from the story mode operation to be able to do the harder mode operation and that kind of thing. There's value in that kind of model. It's got its downsides as well. Okay, there's something with these two big guys. These are big robots. I want a companion that big. So something with the guy with the blue circle. Do we have to like switch? I think we have to switch to the guy that doesn't have the blue circle on him. Yeah, that's it. The guy with the blue circle is shielded. Not even a salad. Now we gotta wait for his blue circle to go away. Okay. Oh, the chat room's yelling at us because we're skipping the lore
Yeah, they're
objects
unhappy
and
with
we're
us
not
because
reading the lore
we're
objects.
skipping the terminals.
Terminals and the lore objects, and we want to get to see our buddy Malgus. So maybe at the end here we'll come back and read a couple of the lore objects as we go along.
Don't say things like that.
Get their hopes up so they can be
Yeah.
crushed later.
To the Animid's technical prowess, the old Empire shunned them, but I encouraged and embraced their talents. Thus, tolerance breeds strength.
Look around you. So here's Malgus sort of revealing again some of his philosophy. Look around you. The station's power is a testament to the Animid's technical prowess. So that's those weird pointy ear guys that we saw on the Hollow Station. So they built this station. The old Empire shunned them, but I encouraged and embraced their talents. Thus, tolerance breeds strength. That's his philosophy. Is be tolerant of these other races. I mean, that's like words to live by.
Yes, it is. Words to live by.
I think we could use a little more of that in the world. Everyone should be Malgus. Kill your loved ones and be tolerant of strangers. Wait.
Right. Just don't be yes.
Wait,
Right.
well, part of it. Okay. So without the murdering part. Tolerance and embrace differences of other people, but don't murder your friends. Or your enemies. Don't even murder your enemies. Let me to be clear. No murdering.
There's no end to these stealth fighters. I've scratched dozens and they're still swarming.
Who is that? Oh. There's no end to these stealth fighters. So that's Hesker. So he's fighting the fighter pilots. They're using stealth technology, which again was powered by the Adegan crystals that came out of Elon. Reactor control room. Start the reactor, Quaid. Free Mars. Ooh, cutscene. Here we go.
Perfect timing.
Arcus Woad. He's with the Anonids.
With one movement, our flux cannons fire, and an Imperial capital ship is disintegrated. The Schism Collective has crafted this battle station into the galaxy's greatest technological marvel, that even your entire fleet can take us down.
Only an alien would say that. No, that's not tolerant. Don't push it, and I aim my weapon at him.
survive, but you won't. You wouldn't dare.
Guess who's
Uh-oh.
showing up? I forgot that.
Warning. Stop, meatbag. My targeting computer has scanned your soft
What are you
spots.
doing back,
First shot will
HK-47? I
remove
forgot about him.
The second will spill your slippery components onto the floor.
Your slippery components.
What's your model number?
Stand down, or I'll be forced to disassemble you.
Statement. I am HK-47, personal exterminator to Emperor Malgus. Backing down from violence would violate my programming. Weapons activated? Assassination protocol engaged? I have been looking forward to this.
So, remember also leading up to this in our class story, we defeated Revan, at least that incarnation of Revan, which then I guess left HK-47, even though we fought HK-47 and sort of maybe they picked up the pieces, put him back together, and now apparently he's serving Malgus. So here we go.
Right.
We only fight HK-47 about 15 times. Who do we fight more?
That guy, I can't remember. We never see him. He's dead forever now.
There's that one
Kefas.
Trandoshan. Yeah. So
Yeah.
between Kefas and HK-47, we have an infinite army. It's just HK-47 coming back over and over again. All right, we can just fight him and kill him real fast, of course. But yeah, this used to be a tough fight in the day too, because we'd have to deal with the turrets that would pop up, and then I think he stealths. Advisory: prepare to die.
Your organic flailings amuse me.
Mockery: colon. Your organic failings amuse me.
Those upgrades have perfected my
See, now he stealths and then he shows up and stabs somebody. Stab.
I mean, I don't think you should say mockery and then say that.
Those upgrades have perfected my assassination protocol.
He should say statement. Your organic failings amuse me.
Excellent. Well, there we go. Poor HK. They'll put him back together. He'll come fight us again, which he does in Shadow of Revan. He shows up again. All right, now we gotta walk around and talk to that alien dude again. So we have a character in our guild that has joined recently, called
Yes.
with the character name Random Bodyguard, which is awesome because then you get like any achievement that happens or conquest objective that gets completed. You keep seeing things like a random bodyguard has finished blah blah blah. A random bodyguard killed 10 people on Ilum. I like it. Arcus Woad. Not even a salad. Hello, Arcus Woad.
Guards! Reinforcements! Somebody help!
Oh.
Oh.
Please, those things I said, and HK, it was all a misunderstanding. Just let me live.
Well, this is my main, so it's light side. Sorry. I'm gonna not kill him, not shoot him in the face.
Sabotage your stealth armada, and the Empire will ignore your crimes.
That will take hours. Fine. I'll overload the foundry generators. The results to the hangars will be catastrophic.
There we go. So it is foundry technology that's generating
I'll also program our flux
the
cannons
armada.
to target the stealth armada. Anything to protect our escape pods. And the Imperial fleet, of course.
Okay. Next step, secure the throne room. So what's happened here is Malgus has created a throne room as part of this base and his setting up of his new empire. And we are going to go check it out. We're going to go visit. Oh, housewarming.
Stealth armada. I trust you're responsible for this.
Yes, Hesker. We'll bill you later. Why am I still in combat? Who's still in combat?
Hmm.
I don't see any red dots anywhere. More dots.
No, I don't either. Well,
Okay.
just got 15 command points, so something
Somebody
was
killed
going
somebody.
somewhere.
Somebody was falling for a long time.
Someone clean up this mess. This is too easy.
Chat room is also asking.
Then stay down.
One of our mandatory fun nights for the guild, we started the HK51 assembly quest line, which is still a cool, useful quest line, and but we never completed it, so we've gotta complete it with the guild, which we will do.
I mean, if it helps any, every time it's time for a pub week, we discuss the possibility of
Yeah.
doing it. It's just so far every week there's been something else that just edged it out.
Yeah, we
But
almost
we
did
do
it
intend to
tonight,
get back to it.
as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But which one? I'm certainly not telling.
One of you has vowed to Malgus is so this is funny. So Malgus's voice over there just said, "One of you has vowed to join the new empire, but which one? I'm certainly not telling." So he's trying to sow dissent within our ranks.
Yes. I think it was Max.
It was me. I'll raise my hand right now. It was me. You want to join too, Seema? So now it'll be both of us. Okay, Chandras Burani.
Okay, we can join, but first let's kill his friends.
Well, if Malgus has taught me anything, it's that you can be tolerant
Yeah, having these friends is
and still kill people.
it's a weakness.
But not that droid down there. That one can live. Yes, deceit is the way of the dark side. Deceit, lies, these are tools of the Sith. That's why all my strongholds have the title Chamber of Deception. Because I like thinking of them all as a house of lies. Why do you turn my stronghold into a house of lies? I remember there being more trash in here too. Maybe they cleaned up a little bit of it. A forsaken Sith Lord.
Too easy.
Oh, in comment again. What is going on? Who are you fighting? Well, you fight them, you two. You support droids.
They are just standing there, the droids and
There
our
we go. We just
Shavellas.
got 4 sets of command points. They just, I don't know. Which way? This way. Up. Up we go. New Imperial, so they're called the New Imperial Guards because it's the new Empire. That makes sense. We gotta go. Oh, you can't go around. You gotta go sort of go through. Almost to the throne room. Ahem.
Ahem.
Ahem. Forsaken Sith Lord, couple more Imperial Guards, another elevator. The Emperor's throne room. Let's do this.
Here we go.
Game on. Cutscene. Let's see what happens. It's a secret. Here we are walking into the throne room in the cutscene. Bunch of Imperial guards staring us down. Blocking our way. Malgus is way up there on his throne.
You're as stubborn as the dying Empire.
And there he is in his iconic gear and hood. Tells his guards to stand down with a little hand gesture. Back off. And then we slow walk up to
Welcome
his
to my throne room.
throne.
So much history. So many glory days that slipped away from us. The Emperor is dead. Long live the new Emperor.
Yeah. Oh, here's conversation option. Fine, I'll play along.
I respect your perseverance, Malgus, but not your claim to power.
Join your ally in supplication.
He just force lightninged us.
Oh, he's lightning us.
You're not a
The Empire
sork.
is withering away. Soon it will be obliterated by decadence and antiquated ideals.
It will.
Yet still you struggle to keep it from healing, don't you see? Our survival demands a new empire, tempered by alien alliances and strengthened by tolerance.
I agree to a point. Yeah.
The galaxy's full of independent contractors looking for a side, but your revolution's just encouraging their disrespect.
You are perceptive, but still you have much to learn. My stealth armada will destroy your fleet, and I will destroy you.
By this point in his life, he is also quite angry.
Detected on the foundry level. Generators manually overloaded by user ID Arcus Woad.
Ooh, force deflect of my blaster bolts with his hand.
Emergency warning. Power core overrides engaged. Self-destruct initiated.
Give up already? So, they
Must be desperate to
engaged
sacrifice your entire
self-destruct
This
of
palace
the
is a
station.
monument to the old Empire's failures. Its sacrifice was inevitable. The
So there was
blast will
Malgus
wipe
wanted
out
to
your fleet,
initiate self-destruct.
and only I can deactivate the destruction cycle.
So he's threatening to, if we kill him, in theory, it's going to destroy our entire
Either
fleet.
way, the Empire is reborn.
The Imperial fleet gets destroyed if we kill him, or he destroys it if we don't kill him, is
For
what
a
he's
new
saying.
Empire.
And here we go, and now we fight Malgus. So, Chatwin was asking,
Moth is calling me Malgus the Betrayer. Tell me, did my deception sting?
Malgus is filling Seema's mind with visions
I
of
haven't
doubt.
enjoyed myself this much since the sacking of Coruscant.
Doubt weighs heavy on Seema. They must face their destiny.
Feel an Emperor's wrath. Enough games.
I forgot what these mechanics do. We're sort of powering through them. Now he's force
Impressive,
choking me
but it won't be enough.
while he fights Seema one-on-one. So the way this worked
Oh, I
originally...
can't knock him back.
I'm back. The way this worked originally, which I don't think it works this way in any mode anymore. Whoa, I almost got knocked off the platform. That was dramatic.
I should have killed you on Ilum
Is they
when I
gave
had
you
the
a special
chance.
grenade ability. And you didn't actually physically kill Malgus yourself. You had to maneuver him close to the edge of the walkway
Your
here.
fleet is doomed.
And when he was at low enough health, you used the knockback grenade to knock him off down the shaft,
Yes. Yeah.
which was awesome. I don't know, they gotta find a way to get it back in the game. I know it was buggy and it wouldn't always work, and that was probably why they turned it off. But that was brilliant. That was iconic. That's the way you kill an emperor. You don't just like shoot him in the face like we just did. You know,
Right.
you gotta knock him down
Right.
a
So that he
construction
can
shaft.
escape in a to fight another
So
day.
look, like this big
'Cause
shaft
he's an
down
emperor.
here. You knock him down the shaft. Alright. So what did they say? Reactor
Yeah, he is
overload,
immune to
primary
pushback.
systems failing, meltdown imminent. Loot your CXP pack. The other thing we did once, I remember, with our ops team, is we messed around in here long enough with jumping up on these things and dueling each other so that we could use the knockbacks, so that we have
Yep.
screenshots of us sitting up on that throne. And each person took
Yes.
turns getting up on the throne and taking screenshots sitting up on Malgus's throne. I'll have to dig those up. That was cool back in the day. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see if we can still do it. Let me try to duel you, Seema.
I mean, Starry Saber brings up a good point. You had both options. You could kill him outright or push him off. And the pushing off was sort of a in case you couldn't kill him.
I
In
thought
case the fight was too hard, you could always push him off instead.
I thought originally at launch the only way to finish the fight was to use the grenade to push him off.
Am I pushing you back
Yeah.
from here? Is this a good spot right
Yeah.
here?
Maybe. Who knows? Oh, that didn't work. Oh, and the combat support droid is fighting, and now the duel finished. Your duel with Seema has been interrupted. So maybe the
That's
combat
weird.
support droids are yeah, so the chat room is saying originally the only way you could do it was pushing him off. Yeah, I think he went immune, and you had to just maneuver him around until you could push him off. So it may still
Yes,
work
they
here
changed
if you
it,
want to get up
right.
there. You sort of do what we were doing, the jumping, and then you do a knockback with somebody you're dueling, and you get up on here, and then you get knocked over onto this, and you get up on there, and you climb up on the throne and take some pictures up there, which is pretty cool. But we instead will come over here and click on this console, which I think will get a shuttle to come pick us up and get us out of here before the station blows up. Ooh, and look, a deco. Why do I not have this deco already? I've only done this like a million times. Statue of the Emperor.
I don't know. I have a bunch of them.
I have 0 of them. I'm gonna get
Maybe
100
you didn't click on this.
prestige.
Maybe you just went exit area or something.
Maybe I did. And there we go. And we are done. And now I guess that did not give us a shuttle to come pick us up now. What the heck, man?
But it did give us a deco.
Okay. Well, then the last thing before we finish up for the night, I of course will jump off, and then we will close out the podcast for this week. So that's it. This is what Malgus would have seen. Oh, we didn't fall very far. We found a great place to fall on Friday. Was that on Friday? I believe so. There's awesome places to jump off and fall down on Nar Shaddaa. Way back by where the world boss is, and then in the security district. You can fall very long ways, which I like to do. So check that out.
And you
sometime as well.
land.
And you
before
splat
you-
on the ground.
Yeah, if you.
Which
Yeah.
is the only way to fall. So yes, that is it, and that is the end for now of Malgus. We do hope that he comes back someday. That would be awesome. We did get a little bit of a glimpse. I don't think it was officially in the cuts. Was it in the cutscenes or the cinematics for Knights of the Fallen Empire? I thought we did get
It was in
or like a preview.
It was in some
cutscene.
teaser, like maybe at
Yeah, it was. It was in a
was
teaser.
it at like a Comic-Con or something, or
So
I don't know. But then they
in one teaser somewhere they showed the our Knights of the Fallen Empire brothers hauling a frozen Malgus in carbonite in one teaser leading up to the launch of Knights of the Eternal Empire or Knights of the Fallen Empire. Anyway, we hope he comes back someday, but he's gone for now, and that's sad because his message of tolerance and some murdering resonated. So with that, we will kick EPC 260 out in airlocks to broadcast this podcast to all of you. Please keep up with us on Twitter at Max the Gray and at AIESEMA. And what we're looking for you to do is grab some friends and come join us on Starforge and join our guild AIE. You can find guild information at aie-guild.org, or you can find us on Twitter, as I said. You can check out more information or find more on this podcast on YouTube/New Overlords or on twitch.tv/New Overlords. We usually broadcast on Tuesday nights, sometimes on Thursday nights if things get busy, but always every week. So come find us, check us out, and we will talk to you later.
Later, everyone.